Bonsai! I'm the Cobra Kai kid, and today we are going to be covering the deleted scenes from the Cobra Kai DVD. So, we already covered the first two deleted scenes, which were from Season 1, and now we are going to get to the ones from Season 2. Now, the next deleted scene we have is called Anoush. And if you don't remember the character of Anoush is Daniel's employee at the car dealership, LaRusso Auto. So Anoush was one of his employees. He was the one who stepped in the bird poop. He was the one who, I'm trying to think, nothing's coming up at the top of my head. He was the one who told Robbie that the popcorn was too didn't have enough salt. So hopefully you guys know who he is. So I don't have to keep going further into the specifics. But anyways, Anoush, Anoush was the guy who got beat up by Johnny. So in Season 2, Episode 5, All In, Johnny went to LaRusso Auto after he found out that Robbie was living with Daniel. Okay? Well, no, my bad. He went there and then found out. He went to LaRusso Auto to find out where Robbie was, and then from there, from Anoush, he found out that Robbie was living with Daniel. So Johnny basically, this was in Episode 5, All In, when Kreese was talking to Johnny. Johnny was saying how, Robbie hates him, Robbie doesn't want anything to do with him, and then Kreese is telling him, you have to go all in, you have to use your own lesson. So Johnny actually buys a skateboard for Robbie, goes to Robbie's apartment to try to make amends, but there's like a notice there that says they're evicted. So now he doesn't know where Robbie is, and he goes to Daniel's he goes to LaRusso Auto basically to see where Robbie is, because Daniel is training. Daniel's with him, and then Johnny found out that Robbie has been working at LaRusso Auto this whole time. So Johnny goes over and he finds Anoush, who is one of the employees. Daniel isn't there, and Johnny, Anoush is like, wait, you were the guy who had me up on that billboard, do you know the trouble you caused? And Johnny's just like, where is Robbie? I want to know where Robbie is. And then Anoush is like, you can't just come in here. And then Johnny just grabs him and throws him onto a car, pins him on his back, and then Anoush is like, this is the real world. You can't do this sort of stuff. And then Johnny's like, where's Robbie? And he literally punches Anoush. And then Anoush tells him that Robbie is living with Daniel. So now that Johnny finds that out, he's devastated. And you have Anoush, who's Daniel's employee, who literally just got beat up, punched by Johnny, and it's all Daniel's fault. So now we have that was all from the episode. That wasn't the deleted scene. Now we have this deleted scene, which, they don't tell you where in the series the deleted scenes take place, but if you watch episodes, you could pretty much connect the dots. So this deleted scene takes place after that encounter with Johnny. So it's a very short deleted scene. It's 20 seconds. And basically you have Daniel and Anoush in Daniel's office, and Anoush is sitting down, Daniel's standing. This is in Episode 5, All In. I don't know how long after that. I'm sure there was another cut scene and then it went back to that. But I'm pretty sure this was after the mall fight, because they're gonna mention something about that. So Anoush is saying how he went 40 years without a fight, and Daniel's like, I'm sorry, this is unacceptable. And Daniel's pacing back and forth. It seems like he's in a bit of a rush and whatever. And then he even gets a text. Oh, and then Anoush is like, and Robbie is Johnny's son. What are you doing, Daniel? Because if you think about it, imagine being an outstander, or bystander, whatever it's called, hearing about their situation. Robbie is Johnny's son, but you have Daniel who's raising him. If I was Daniel's friend and I heard that he's doing that, I would be shocked. So basically Anoush just found that out, and he's like, well, Daniel, what are you doing? As much as Johnny's kind of crazy for punching him and stuff, it's what are you doing, Daniel? So now Daniel gets a text alert. We don't know what it says. he doesn't say anything. All he says is, "Oh my God, I have to go," and he runs out. And it's implied that it was the text alert that Robbie and Samantha got in the mall fight, because one, it's the same episode, and two, when in the actual episode we see Daniel come to Samantha and Robbie at the table and say like your mom just texted me like about what happened. Are you okay? So it's implied that he got the text. We just never saw him get the text. And then he got text there, and then Anoush made a comment like, I should have worked like somewhere else. I forgot the joke, but it was a very short 20-second deleted scene, which was basically showing the aftermath, because we never got to see Anoush after he got punched. After he got punched, we just never saw him, and then they said he was fired, or not that he was fired, that he quit. We never saw how he felt after that. We never heard him talk. We never had any interaction with anyone. So, yeah. So basically, oh well, no, I scratch that. I take that back. We did see in episode 7. My bad, error on my part. In episode 7, lull, we had Johnny. No, we had Anoush, who was having like a lunch with Daniel and Amanda, and then Daniel never showed up. So my bad. He didn't quit his job in episode 5 because of that. I'm very sorry about that. That was my mistake. That's one of the reasons, though. That whole incident is what eventually results in him quitting, because then in episode 7, Daniel doesn't show up to the lunch, which is pretty much like the last straw. But that first huge thing that set that up was him getting beat up by Johnny. That was what set it up. And we never really saw his reaction after that. Even though we did see him after that, and then we saw him get fired. Well, we didn't really see him get fired. Why do I keep saying getting fired? He quit. We never saw his initial reaction after getting beat up by Johnny. And we never saw an interaction with Daniel after that. Other than the lunch which Daniel wasn't even at. It was just Amanda and Anoush, and then Anoush was like pissed because Daniel didn't show up. So, now, as for the big question, should this deleted scene have been in the episode? It was 20 seconds. So it wouldn't have. It's not the most important scene in the world. That's the thing. Like, none of these deleted scenes, I would say, are like changing the story. It's kind of just like fun little things that to add on to it, but nothing like that makes you view things in a totally different light. Like, these deleted scenes are very minor. I'm sure they have a lot others that are more important to the story, but they didn't show those, probably for reasons for the future. They probably held off on those scenes so they could save it up for the future or something. But none of these deleted scenes have been like, oh my God, it's like Kreese is a zombie or something. I don't know. It's like, so they're just fun little things. Now, as for should this have been in the episode, it wouldn't have been horrible. It was only 20 seconds. We saw Anoush. It would have kind of set up Anoush quitting more. I think, like, even though we know he got punched and he was upset about that, and then the whole luncheon, this would have been another scene to kind of build up to when he does eventually quit in episode 7. And we see Daniel actually getting the text. It wasn't a huge thing. Like, I'm sure people weren't wondering, oh my God, when did Daniel get the text? We never saw. Like, obviously he got the text. But I think it could have been good. I think it would have been fine in the episode. I think it would have added more. I don't think it was like some of the deleted scenes, I'll be honest with you, I'm glad that they didn't put in the episodes because of like pacing issues. Not pacing issues, but I wouldn't say pacing issues. I just mean like, I feel like the episode that we got was better on its own. Like, that scene wouldn't really have, like, it would have kind of taken away. Like, for example, the very first deleted scene where Johnny is talking to the Taekwondo dojo senseis, it kind of like Johnny's like insulting them and stuff, and this is when he's promoting Cobra Kai in episode 3, when he has that whole montage of promoting Cobra Kai, and I feel like that deleted scene wouldn't have been good for the episode. It was funny on its own, but after that whole promoting Cobra Kai, when Johnny's not able to promote Cobra Kai, we're like supposed to feel bad for him. But if we had this scene of him like insulting these guys and like, you know, like about to fight them, we wouldn't really feel bad for him in the end, because like he's kind of being a douche, honestly. So I'm glad that they took that out, and I think that they realized that. So that was probably the only one. Oh no, and then the other deleted scene, the second deleted scene, I'm glad that they took out with Anthony, when Daniel was looking at his All Valley Karate Championship poster from 1984. This was the second deleted scene. I uploaded videos on both of these. I'm glad that they didn't use that one either, because in that one, you had Daniel was looking at his All Valley poster, and then, you know, in the original thing, it just cuts out. It just cuts to the tournament. But then in the deleted scene, you had like Anthony saying, "I just want to tell you I love you, Dad." And then he's like, "Can I borrow $500 by the way," or something? And it was like, it kind of just took you out of it. I like how it was funny, don't get me wrong, but I like what they did instead, because I feel like what they did instead was they put more dramatic music, and they had Daniel looking at his poster, and it was really intense and stuff. So, but you know, the good thing about this is that the writers know. You know, they knew that it was probably better off, and that's why they're not in the film. But it's still fun to see these deleted scenes. This deleted scene, I think, could have been in it. I'm glad that the first two deleted scenes weren't in it. This one, I would have wanted in it, but it doesn't really do anything. Like, you know, the fact that it's not in it, I'm not like, oh my god, because it's 20 seconds long. It's not the most important thing in the world, but I wouldn't have minded it in it. So that is all for today. Until next time, until we get more deleted scenes, which I will reveal to you guys. Well, I mean, all the deleted scenes are out, but I will upload those videos soon. So until then, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications to never miss a video. If you are a huge Cobra Kai fan, I'm always uploading Cobra Kai, Karate Kid, all that, and I am always open to video suggestions. If you have any ideas for a theory or a topic I should discuss, comment it below. And make sure to like this video, comment, share the channel with all your Cobra Kai gang. And I will see you guys next time on the next episode of Cobra Kai Kid. And until then, remember, Cobra Kai never dies.